Suntem în Portugalia, la Estoril, la lansarea oficială BMW S1000RR, noul superbike al celor de la BMW, care este cu totul și cu totul nou pentru 2019. Sunt o mulțime de îmbunătățiri pe care n-aș vrea să vi le enumăr încă, dar știu sigur că cei de la BMW spun că este mai ușor, este mai puternic și mult mai rapid pe circuit. Vom vedea astăzi, voi avea ocazia să dau câteva ture pe circuit, după care vom discuta cu experții BMW despre toate detaliile pe care trebuie să le știți. Abia aștept să merg o tură pe pistă.
I can feel the bike is a lot more nimble. It's got a 30mm tank difference, so they've reduced the tank size by 30 mils, which makes it a lot easier to handle. Handlebar positioning, so it's more forward, and they've actually done something quite unique on the triple clamp. Is they've connected the clip-on onto, or the handlebars onto the clip-on, the triple clamp. So it's no longer two separate pieces, which help with weight reduction. The shift cam, when the shift cam kicks in, you know about it. It's unbelievable. The power is extremely strong. It's smoother, it's lighter, it's faster. BMW have stuck to absolutely everything they've said this bike would do, and it's amazing.
They made a lot of changes, more bottom end torque, but it's still very controllable. The electronics on this bike have also improved from the previous generation, so it's easier to accelerate out of tighter corners. And here at Estoril, there's a tight chicane, first gear. You could get in trouble there if you don't manage the throttle correctly, but it makes it very easy on this bike. It's pretty good. It's a proper step. I mean, they obviously didn't go backwards; they went forwards. Yeah.
Wow. Sunt foarte fericit, sunt foarte mulțumit de motocicletă. Îmi place foarte tare că a devenit un motor foarte ușor de condus pe circuit, în special pentru că țin minte atunci când am testat pentru prima oară BMW-ul S1000RR, mi se părea foarte greoi de schimbat direcția, mi se părea că e foarte puternic și de fiecare dată când ieșeam din viraj avea tendința să sară porata. Ei bine, acum nu mai este cazul pentru că s-au schimbat foarte multe motorul, te ajută foarte mult acum, plaja de turație este puțin mai mare și atunci până în 9000 de turații ai mai mult cuplu, asta datorită sistemului shift cam. După 9000 de turații explozia e acolo, dar nu e ceva de care să te sperii pentru că știi de la început că este un motor cu 4 cilindri în linie și atunci când vrei să obții mai mult de la el trebuie să-l turezi mai tare, deci clar trecerea este aproape insesizabilă. Mi-a plăcut foarte tare aici la Estoril, există o șicană pentru treapta întâi de viteză. Atunci când a plecat treapta întâi și roteam accelerația, nu m-am speriat o clipă. Electronica a funcționat extraordinar de bine. Traction control-ul este îmbunătățit pentru anul ăsta. dimensiunile motocicletei sunt îmbunătățite pentru anul ăsta și vreau să precizez că este mult mai ușor de condus. Poziția este mult mai confortabilă pentru circuit, pentru că ești mai aproape de ghidon. Ergonomia s-a schimbat foarte mult, scărițele parcă îți vin natural, deși nu am umblat la nimic. M-am simțit din prima extraordinar de bine în șaua noului S1000RR. Frânele sunt noi, sunt frâne BMW cu o pompă Nissin. În prima fază m-am speriat un pic pentru că aveam senzația că nu am destulă frână. Sunt obișnuit cu frâna veche, frâna Brembo, care era foarte agresivă, strângeai de levier și totul se întâmpla, aterizai în roata din față. Ei bine, acum trebuie să strângi ceva mai tare, trebuie să pui ceva efort la frânare. Dar inginerii BMW mi-au spus că în felul ăsta reușesc cumva să controleze mai bine temperatura discurilor și să țină sistemul de frânare ceva mai eficient. Când ești aproape de apex sau după apex, trebuie doar să-i dai, să dozezi cât simți că ai nevoie de accelerație și motocicleta face totul pentru tine. Am văzut de câteva ori licărind traction control-ul, asta pentru că probabil am avut anvelopele de stradă, anvelopele obișnuite, dar chiar și cu anvelopele astea am reușit să dau cu genunchii pe jos și să mă facă să râd în cască de fericire, pentru că simțeam că de fiată se poate mai bine pe fiecare viraj și motocicleta promitea foarte mult. Motocicletele sunt echipate în variantă M acum, au roțile de carbon, asta înseamnă că sunt și mai ușor de condus, sunt și mai prietenoase când vine vorba de viraje și de mers pe pistă. O să mai mergem de 2 ori pe pistă, o să mai avem 2 sesiuni de făcut. Aștept cu nerăbdare, pentru că de acum o să mergem cu slick-uri și lucrurile se vor schimba foarte tare. Suspensions, they feel very good, although it's an electronic suspension. Everybody in the race garage, race area, is afraid of this electronic suspension. I've noticed that they are not actually working while riding. What's happening over there?
So the story is quite easy. So let's jump just short in, because so we can see the display. What we are doing is you see these different kind of numbers here in your race pro modes. So this is your electronical screwdrivers. The system which you set is your presetting, and as soon as you go in the corner, we don't change anything on the damping on the front or compression or rebound. So that means the traction control is in charge of give you the traction control, and the suspension stays in the position where it should be and don't move in any direction.
So it's pretty much like usual suspension, only you adjust it electronically.
Exactly, and the benefit is so you can go in the race pro 1 to 3, you can choose 3 different kind of suspension damping, and you can during the fly on the track change from 1 to 2 or 3, and you can get your feeling which makes more sense for you.
So when coming on the brakes, I was having a hard time modulating them, because I was used to the previous model and I was squeezing the brake and everything was happening. Right now I was keeping the brake squeezed and I have to give it some more and then it would stop.
Exactly. What we measured is if you have a brake which is, if you just get a little bit and squeeze a brake very hard in the beginning, that brings a lot of heat in the whole system. So it makes always sense in the beginning to be a little bit gentle with the brake. That has less heat in the brake caliper, less heat on the brake disc, and that was the reason why we chose that. So in the beginning, yes, a little bit more sensitive, and then if you start to pulling, you get a lot of support from the system. That was our target, to reach better brake stability.
How much power do you think you can get from this superbike over here, only by changing the usual stuff like an air filter and adding up a full exhaust system?
So if you do that, then you will get 280, 219 horsepower, because that's what we had already in the World Superbike. It was just not the air filter, it was just the open exhaust system.
Without any changes to the engine?
Without any changes.
Stock?
Engine is stock.
Next, for the race enthusiast, I would like to ask, will you have a calibration kit for this model?
Absolutely. We will come with a calibration kit, and with the calibration kit we have some nice ideas for the electronic suspension come up in a few weeks and months.
Perfect. So I will test it some more and then come up with new questions. Thank you a lot, Seb. Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
You too.
So first of all, we have the shift cam technology already at our Boxer engine, but the system works completely different. We have it here now at the 4-cylinder in the row engine, and we have two actuators. We have on this long axis we have two segments, and the segment is moving 8.5 millimeters to the left or to the right, and will be actuated by this actuator. You see the two pins. Perfect. And at 9,000 RPM the actuator gets its signal, and then we can try it with a pin. And if you look at this part, it will.
It's moving. It's
let's
going
please
side.
let it alone. It moves, and now you see that the pin will be pushed back to its,
so
I call it sleeping position.
Sleeping position. So it's not permanently locking the. It's not permanently locking the lobes.
No.
Perfect.
It's only in touch when it's needed. So now it's back in the sleeping position. And now when you go or when you pass again the 9,000 RPM coming from the other side, then the other pin gets down and will look at this part, will push back the segment in the other direction. Now it's coming out again, going into sleeping position, and remains there like here.
Perfect. What happens if it breaks? This actuator won't work anymore. What will happen?
We have here fully automotive technology used by cars, and also tested from BMW motorcycle for this system. We have also a sensor survived positioning of the two segments. So if any fail is detected, we go to the security level. This is less than 9,000 RPM, and 9,000 RPM in the sixth gear you can ride with more than 200 km/h back.
So the engine is safe.
The engine is fully tested and it's safe. And to give you another information, also Tom Sykes and Markus Reiterberger are riding this system in the World Superbike Championship. Which is the new one?
I think this one, because it looks smaller. It has less parts on it.
So we put this away. We can be smaller, lighter, and it's 1.7 kilogram lighter, this new crankshaft. And the reading area we now integrated on the generator, on the outer diameter of a generator.
The starting motor is over here. The mechanism for the starting motor is up here. A lot smaller generator on the right, and there's also a new part on the clutch. What is this? I was eager to find out what is this part over here.
You mean the rubber part?
The rubber part.
Yeah, the rubber part is just a noise reduction element.
Perfect.
Big noise coming from the clutch. With this element, we reduce it, and it's better for us all. We decided to put everything on the right-hand side of the engine, open the clutch by pulling, not by pushing, and we can avoid the long parts, we can avoid the stiff and the heavy part over here. So these are some points from our redesign of the engine, where we always looked for saving weight and integrate functionality.
Technology, it's impressive over here. So it's the same chain, but it's not going for both
exactly.
camshafts.
The engine, it's 7.5 mils more on the left-hand side in the bike. This is what you feel when you go through the chicane, that the bike is very easy to handle from the left hand to the right hand and so on. This is because the complete engine is more on the left hand side in the bike.
Tell me, Claudio, how easy it is to work with this new menu and how easy is the adjustment to be made on the go. So you can show me right now. I heard that you have 3 new riding modes for this bike.
Yes, we have, and I will show you, of course. So it's very easy. We have the menu button. You go over there. Then you have the setting box. You check, and then you can decide if you're on the racetrack or if you're not on the racetrack. If you choose racetrack, you have a lot of possibilities for configuration. You have additional 3 riding modes. We call it Race Pro 1, Race Pro 2, Race Pro 3. And in each mode you can define your own settings. You can switch the Race Pro modes during riding on the track, so you can make one Race Pro mode maybe for the starting of the race and maybe one for the end of the race, or one for dry condition and for wet condition. So this is the overview about the Race Pro 1, Race Pro 2 and Race Pro 3. When you go out on the track you can have a short look and look how the clocks are standing. I enter into the Race Pro 1, and on the left hand side you can see what parameters you can change. Engine brake, traction, wheelie, and this is new, traction and wheelie control are separated functions. We have ABS you can configure, DDC is our electronic suspension, and of course you can go to all the factory settings back if you are lost.
Oa, ce zi! Tocmai am terminat ultima sesiune de mers pe pistă aici la Estoril. Noul BMW S1000RR este o mașinărie incredibilă. Iarăși au dat lovitura, aș putea spune, cei de la BMW. De ce? Pentru că este o motocicletă cu tot diferită față de modelul anterior. S-a schimbat total ergonomia, s-a schimbat total curba de putere. Practic, deși are sistemul cu shift cam care intervine după 9000 de turații, acum trage de jos până sus în mod egal. Este o linie dreaptă, poți să revii oricând cu accelerația și nu vei simți vreun șut. Este foarte important acum că poți să te înclini la unghiuri foarte mari, extraordinar de ușor, nu mai depui deloc efort. Am mers undeva la 6 sesiuni pe circuit, nu mă simt deloc obosit, ceea ce este incredibil. Ergonomia ajută extraordinar de mult, ghidoanele sunt prinse diferit, rezervorul este mai mic. Ce să mai, tot pachetul este net superior modelului anterior. Aștept cu nerăbdare să avem o unitate de test în România și vom reveni cu un review pe îndelete. Până atunci, subscribe și ne vedem data viitoare!